Hey, what is going on, guys? You are turned on and tuned in to another episode of Disheveled Transmissions. I'm not doing a review today. I thought I'd kind of do something a little different, just hang out, kind of kick it with you guys and talk about some other shit. I'm still going to do reviews, but today I just thought, kind of mix it up, shift gears a little bit. I've been seeing on Facebook and social media and stuff in groups I'm in, people asking, what is the craziest show that you've ever been to? I never did answer them, but I thought I would do a video just to throw it out there and maybe hear some other people's stories too here on YouTube. I don't know if this is the craziest show I've ever seen, but it's definitely one of the funniest shows. It was just the way it played out was just crazy as hell, and it was funny, and it was it was way underground. I was in Alabama back when me and Doug and a couple other of our friends were in a band called Indulge. I think at that time it was probably 96 or 97. We were going to be doing a show with another group of our friends called Disheveled. We were passing out flyers in Huntsville. The day started out kind of freaky weird, not bad, just weird. I don't know if that was omen for what was to come or what. We were handing out flyers in Huntsville for our show we were doing with Disheveled, and this was before, you had all this technology with social media. We had the internet, but we, didn't have the means of communicating across, like we do now. And so we were handing out flyers, locally, pinning them up. And we went into the store, and the guy, it was weird. I mean, it was, we had a suggestive flyer, it was like, I think there was a guy on it. It was real cut, shirtless, and he had a medicine ball, like toward his. It was lower toward his torso. And this guy mistook the flyer, and he's like, "I'm not posting this in my store. It's vulgarity, this filth." And we were like, "What?" And a couple of guys got me, "Fuck it, man. I ain't dealing with this shit." And then a couple of us stayed, and we were like, "Hey, dude, check it out. What is going on with this flyer? What's wrong with it?" He said, "There's a guy on here getting his dick sucked by another guy. I'm not putting that pornography." And we were like, "Man, no, that's a guy with a medicine ball. He's holding a medicine ball there. Where's your mind at?" So we were. It was already weird. So he's like, "Oh," and he felt bad. He felt, embarrassed that he actually thought that. And so anyway, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and leave the flyer." So we went and passed out a few more flyers, and we headed back to the homestead in Decatur where we all stayed. And when we got back, there wasn't really anything going on in Decatur that night. So, but we'd heard of a show while we were passing out flyers that was happening, a band called Passing of Julia. And okay, let's go check that out. A few of us were. So the ones that decided to go, we piled up in the car or two, and we went to check it out. And we were just expecting, we'll go see a good show and stuff. But and when we got there, everything was normal. It was like, the 19th hole. We had played there, quite a few times. That was kind of like our home base thing where we played, our house. We were like, so we were in there, and we walked in, got a drink, whatever, socialized a little bit, see some people we knew, talked. And I don't think there was an opening band that night. I think they just came on. There might have been, I can't remember. It's been so long ago, but when Passing of Julia actually came on, I mean, they were rocking it. They rocked the hell out of about, I'd say, 2 songs. We were like, yeah, this is good shit. But then all of a sudden, it just like, this band fell apart on stage. And it all started when, after the second or third song, whatever, the drummer decides that he has to go take a shit. Right there in the middle of the set, he has to go to the bathroom and shit. So he gets up and just leaves, don't tell nobody shit, goes, locks himself in the bathroom, which was not sanitary at all, not at the 19th hole. Any of them clubs you guys have been to, man, they're not the most sanitary bathroom. But so anyway, he was in there, and they said he stayed, and they were waiting on him. They were just standing there like playing pocket pool and shit. And so the bassist, he finally says, I'm gonna go see what the fuck's going on. And he goes and knocks and pounds on the door. You hear him pounding on the door. The bathroom was in the hall there, and where it went out into a main area where they serve beer and food and people shop pool, and there's a jukebox out there and all, just for people chilling. And so he's pounding on the door, nothing, no answer, nothing. He comes back, informs the other guys. So I think there was like 5 guys in the band. There was 2 guitar players, bassist, singer, and drummer. And the guitar player, one of the guitar players gets pissed. I think it was a rhythm guy. He gets pissed. He starts packing his shit up. He's got this big ass fucking Marshall head and stack, cussing at the top of his lungs, and he's just, everybody hears him. He rolls his shit down the ramp from the stage. His girlfriend or wife or whatever at the time, I guess, was trying to help him, and he's like cussing her, just rolling and cussing her and everything under the sun. Rolls it out into the hall and into the area I was talking about where people were shooting pool, cussing everybody to move the fuck out of the way. God damn it, I'm gone, and he's out the fucking door. And then the singer, he just says, well, shit, I'm going to have a drink. And he the 2 songs that they did were killer. He had been just jumping and writhing and twisting every which way. And we were, it was amazing. The energy he had. But he comes limping out, and all he says, I got to get drunk. He's talking to us. He's like, man, I pulled a fucking muscle on my leg or something, or Charlie horse. And so he goes over and he gets a fucking drink. He starts just pounding shots, trying to help his damn pull muscle or whatever he had. And at this point, yeah, it's crazy. Like the guys packed up and left. The bassist has just disappeared out into the night somewhere. He said, fuck it. And then the other guitar player, who was a badass, he said, fuck this shit, I came here to play, I'm gonna fucking play. So he starts doing all this cool blues shit, on guitar, and then he goes into pentatonic scales, doing Eddie Van Halen like shit, like just combining it all. I mean, the guy was an amazing guitarist. He was amazing. He's sitting up there playing by himself. And about that time, we see the I guess, sound production guy, promoter, or whatever, who, the organizer, who's a total tool. We had dealings with him, and he was a goober, and he comes in, and I guess, I don't know what he was trying to salvage. He's like, oh, that sounds really good, dude, to the guitar player. And he goes, guitar player just looks at him, and dude was badass, man. He said, man, I can do better than this shit. I'm just up here fucking around, man. And he says it in the mic where everybody can hear it. Meanwhile, the singer dude who's at our table kicking it with us, he was drinking. He's drunk by now, and he's like, yeah, I don't ever fuck with that guy. If you fuck with him, you'll be on some compilation called Leather Lipstick. And he says it like real fucking redneck, And it's just so much hate going to this guy. So I'm sitting there like trying not to laugh, because he did have a CD of people he put out. He had a studio that he, I guess, managed bands or whatever. And he put all of them on this compilation called Leather and fucking Lipstick, man. And so I'm sitting there trying not to laugh and shit. And like, as far as I know, the drummer is still in the bathroom passing turds or whatever, and his whole band just passed away on stage. Paston and Julie just passed away on stage, and it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, it was so punk. It was like wasn't set up, but it was perfect. It could have been like some kind of theater of the absurd. It just falling apart right before our very eyes like that. And to this day, it's just the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was great. It was one of the greatest things I ever seen. Like, the Sex Pistols themselves couldn't have done that shit better. And I don't think any of it was planned at all. But yeah, that's probably one of the funniest shows. We kicked it the rest of the night, and then, we laughed about it, and we still laugh about it years later. But yeah, that's probably the funniest show I've ever seen. The craziest show, oh man, that's probably something for another time. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was funny as hell. And it's a good memory I got. I'd like to know what you guys, I would love to hear some of your funny stories, the funniest show you've ever been to, funniest experience you've ever had at the show, craziest experience, whatever you guys got, lay it on me, man, because I would love to hear and talk about this with you guys. I'm slow to comment sometimes, I know, and I'm so sorry, but I love you guys, and I'm really, really, really love to hear what y'all have to say. Um, so yeah, I guess that's about it, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope this wasn't waste of your time. We bullshit a lot on this channel, and we have fun doing it. So yeah, we got a lot more cool shit coming up for y'all. Stay tuned. And I guess until next time, let the good times roll and keep on rocking.